Never thought that would become obsolete. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Accepting All Trades. Now, I told you guys last video that I was going to step things up just a little bit, and I'm sure you guys could have predicted which team I was going to use. The biggest trade in recent history, and probably also one of the worst. Erik Karlsson is now a San Jose Shark, and of course, we are going to test drive those Sharks and see how well they can do while accepting all trades. Now, this episode is going to be a little bit different from the other videos that I've done in the past in this series because we are going to do not 1 year, but 2. So since we're doing a multi-year sim, we can try some new things out, like the fog of war, and we can head into the draft for once. Draft picks might be important, especially in the first year. So looking at the Sharks here, I mean, nothing really pops out except their top 2 players, Erik Karlsson and Brent Burns. I'm so excited to see these 2 players play together on the Sharks. Historically in these sims, we've seen Karlsson and Burns always be at the top of the scoring race for defensemen, although on separate teams, so I'm interested to see how they play together. I'm also going to try something new. I know last episode I kind of got frustrated with the assistant coach changing the lines, and it's good if I want a totally hands-off approach, but I think I want to keep a little bit closer of an eye on my line, so I'm going to turn this off. And the reason that this will work is because I'll also turn injuries off, so I won't have players getting injured. I'll have to replace them every 5 games or whatever. It will still be fairly hands-off, but as trades come in, I'll have to rejig the lines a little bit, but at least I can have more control over how my team looks. So I'm all set up now, but I just realized that, usually at this point in the video, I ask you guys, I give a poll and see how you guys think we're going to do because it's only a 1-year sim. But it's 2 years. You know what? The poll for this video is how many Stanley Cups will we win in this video? It's pretty simple. It's 2-year sim, so the possibilities are no cups, 1 cup, or 2 cups. All right? I've left it in the poll right above. Click the I button and give me your thoughts. All right, so I thought through the trade block. Thinking back to last episode, how we only got the 1 trade. Taking your guys' comments into consideration as well. And what I came up with was basically I'd put not the best players with like the guys with the highest trade value on the block, but more so kind of middle of the pack that'll still create some interesting trades and some that kind of make sense. Like Vlasic, we already have Karlsson and Burns. So technically we don't really need Vlasic. Maybe we could flip him for, a better winger or something, a scoring winger. Hurdle, same deal. He's got 4 years left. He's on a pretty decent deal. He's a youngish player, so maybe we could trade him for something good and his value is not too high. As well as our first round pick this year, just put it on the table and see what we get. Now our surplus has stayed the exact same. Everything and anything is on the table, but our wants I have modified slightly. I've also included current year draft picks, so draft picks for this upcoming year, so we could use them and help us improve for the second year of the simulation. So a few tweaks to the trade block in this episode. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, hopefully that helps facilitate more trades, but only time will tell. Looking at our division here, it will be a tight race. Of course, there's 8 teams instead of 7, and Pacific Division got a lot better over the offseason. This will be a competitive year, but I'm excited and I'm optimistic. I think we can definitely make a deep playoff run in one, if not both of these upcoming years. Looking at our team now, which I should have full control over. I won't have the assistant coach helping me in these 2 years. We're starting off with Joe Pavelski on the left, Logan Couture at center, and Timo Meier on the right. I'm going for a little bit more depth here. I'll start off with Kane on the second line with Joe Thornton feeding him in the center and Jonas Donskoy on the left. Kevin LeBlanc, Thomas Hurdle, and Barclay Goodrow at third line. And then this guy will be a problem. We definitely need an upgrade. 68 overall on the fourth line though, so you won't get too much ice time, but that's still pretty terrible. Melker Karlsson and Marcus Sorensen. Now on defense, the game actually initially had Burns with Karlsson on the first line. I think that's a little too OP and a little too offensive. So we'll put Vlasic with Karlsson and Braun with Burns to split those 2 guys up and have, again, more depth. And then Brendan Dillon with Joakim Ryan on the third line. And in net, we've got Martin Jones, 87 overall. He's a very solid goaltender, not elite just yet, but I don't think we should need an elite goaltender. Arundel is a competent backup as of right now. I just like to wish the rest of the league good luck in trying to not get scored on when they take penalties against this lineup. So because this is a 2-year sim, it's going to be a little bit of a longer video, as you can already tell from the timeline right below me. I've tried to keep it as concise as possible, keep things going, not be redundant. I'll only check my lineups if trades roll in, and I'll keep going 2 months at a time like I usually do, but I won't really do the standings update unless something drastic happens. This might be something that we actually have to take into consideration. Usually I just skip through it, I don't even show you guys, but now we will go through the draft after the first year. So, you know what? Let's check out the draft class. I mean, it's early in the year, but if we filter by potential, we can already see a few elite players rising to the top. This Finnish Capo Kakko, Joona Zinger, and these are kind of inaccurate, very inaccurate, but yeah, a lot of European players. Kirill Afinogenov, who has an Estonian flag, but a Latvian flag up top. Okay. Seems like this guy's the consensus #1 pick right now, but it is early in the year. A draft pick this year won't do too much unless he's like ready to jump to the NHL right now. This guy might be it. The other ones I'm not so sure. Oh, baby! I'm telling you guys, that trade block edit was clutch. I mean, not so great for us. We're losing Marc-Edouard Vlasic and a 6th-round pick for some reason. I don't know why we want a 6th-round pick, but we are getting a 1st and a 2nd-round pick for this year and Andreas Johnsson. So Johnsson will replace that terrible 68 overall that we had on our forward core. We're losing Vlasic though, but we are getting a couple low 1st round, low 2nd round draft picks, but they are still draft picks nonetheless. So we will be able to use those. And our first big trade comes early in this episode, and we've got to take it. So I had to make a few changes right off the bat here. Our forwards, we just sent down that 68 overall to the minors and brought up Andreas Johnsson to the 3rd line, bumped Gaudreau down to the 4th. And then on D, Dylan went from the 3rd to the 1st, and we brought in this Heed guy to round out our top 6. Oh my god, dude. What have I done? No. Within a week, we lost the 2 players that were on the trade block. Vlasic and Hurdle, we have lost. We're getting Philip Grubauer, who is technically a better backup than Arundel, I think. So we'll go check the lines again, and a 3rd-round pick that we will be able to use this year as well. So we got to take it. And we got to edit our lines once again. So our center depth took a hit. We're bringing up Melker Karlsson to the 3rd line with Johnsson and LeBanc. And we're bringing in this Antti Suomela, 70 overall. So our 4th line's not looking too good. But we are getting some draft picks. God, and after those 2 trades, we have lost 3 games in a row. Make it 4. Nightmare. Dude. Okay, you know what? Ixnay on the draft pick A, we've just lost our bottom 2 centers and one of our top defensemen in exchange for mostly draft picks. Turn that off ASAP. All right, and I can change this now because we don't need a goaltender. I'll change to a pending UFA. Let's hope we can recover this season. Hello, big game against the Ottawa Senators, who are doing slightly worse than us. We're not doing great either. This is a special game, all right? We are going to do a detailed simulation of this game and see how it plays out. We'll see who actually won the Erik Karlsson trade. After 1, we're up 1. Andreas Johnsson, the new pickup. All right, let's continue here. Mark Stone equalizes, makes it 2-2. Okay, Joakim Ryan, our 3rd or 4th line guy. Sorry, our defenseman. Joe Pavelski with a shorty, it looks like. There we go. A power play goal. Suomela. And Pavelski makes a 5-1. Big 3rd period. Chartrier, a 6-1 on Mike Condon now. They switched him out. Big 6-1 win against the Ottawa Senators. Makes it official that the San Jose Sharks won the Karlsson trade. Ooh, okay, all right. A straight-up trade. One of our young prospects with a year left on their contract are being traded to Colorado in exchange for Joel Ward. Okay, so that'll help boost our bottom 6 after we lost Melker Karlsson, and Thomas Hurdle. So I'm actually pretty okay with this trade. We do have some decent D prospects in our AHL affiliates as well that we can bring up to replace this guy, so I am very happy with this one. We've got about a month to the trade deadline. Let's look at how we're doing in the standings. We're doing very well. Despite losing our bottom 2 centers and one of our top defensemen, we have slowly recovered the season. We're actually in first in the Pacific, which is very surprising to me, to be honest. And surprise, surprise, the new acquisition, the Ice Pirate Erik Karlsson, is leading our team in points. I mean, we do have that scoring depth, those first 2 lines, and Burns and Karlsson, and a lot of our players can get points. So, I mean, it's not surprising that nobody's really elite in terms of points. It's probably kind of spread out throughout the team, which I'm happy about. We're first in our division, so I don't think we need to make any changes as of now. Let's just keep rolling with it. Trade deadline is approaching. Let's see if anything comes up at the last minute. There we go. There it is. All right. I don't know why teams are still sending us goalies when I don't have them on my wants list anymore. Would really like to flip one of our 4 80 overall plus goaltenders now. But anyways, we're getting Mrazek and Furland in exchange for Goudreau. And we're giving up a first-round pick for that? Well, massive L right there. I mean, in our system now, we got Jones, Grubauer, Mrazek, which is completely overkill. We've got 3 starters, so we definitely need to put one of these on the block ASAP. We're flipping Michael Furland, who we just got from the Carolina Hurricanes. Now we're sending him back there. And 2 fifth-round picks in exchange for Carolina's recently crowned captain, Justin Williams, and Martinook. So a couple forwards. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. So we're throwing in the 2 new acquisitions into the third line. Williams on the left and Martinook at center. I know he's on natural center, but he's got better faceoffs than Williams. Suomala's getting bumped down, and LeBlanc with Joel Ward on the fourth. So a lot of moving pieces in this episode for sure. Approaching the trade deadline here. That might have been the last trade, but you never know. Something could still pop up as I'm talking to you guys. Damn it. Yeah, no, I think that's it. That'll be it. Yep, right through the trade deadline, and our team is set for another playoff run. And we're killing it. I mean, we've widened the gap by 7 points now over the Vegas Golden Knights for second place. We are at the top of our division. Karlsson is at the top of our team in scoring. This season is actually going very well. All right, so the season has ended. Now, let's see who we are facing in the playoffs. It is the Dallas Stars. We finished with 97 points, which is a pretty good season. Not a killer season by any means. I mean, Anaheim almost caught us at the end. Vegas dropped significantly. They were second after the trade deadline, and they dropped out of a playoff spot. Edmonton came storming back. Connor McDavid must have carried them into that last playoff spot in our division. I figured our division was the weakest. I mean, Winnipeg, once again, in back-to-back videos, has a killer regular season, followed by the Wild and the Preds. Colorado takes that 8th and final playoff spot, so we will be going up against the Dallas Stars, who only finished 3 points behind us. In the East, the Caps, the Pens, the Leafs, Lightning, Bruins, absolutely no surprises there up at the top of the conference. Panthers taking a nice little step forward, which is good to see. Jackets hanging on, and Hurricanes finally crack the playoffs. At the bottom of the league, we got teams like Vancouver, New Jersey. So Taylor Hall couldn't carry him into the playoffs this year. Montreal, no surprises after what's happened this season. The Islanders, Red Wings, Sabres, Coyotes, Flames. So, I mean, yeah, nothing too surprising in this sim. Ottawa had a bad year, so yeah. As for our team points, Erik Karlsson led it with 67. Pavelski, top forward, 63. Couture, Thornton, Andreas Janssen. Oh my goodness. He killed it for us. He beat Evander Kane, who's playing between the second and first lines all season. Same with Timo Meier. Jones, I mean, 7 shutouts, pretty good. Save percentage, decent. Goals against, decent. So he didn't have a killer season by any means. Looking at the entire league, Freddie Anderson played all but 10 of the games for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He only got 42 wins, which is not bad. Save percentage of .913, which is meh. And goals against average of pretty close to 3. So I would think personally that Connor Hellebuyck gets the Vezina with 12 shutouts and almost a .930 save percentage and pretty close to 2, the lowest goals against that I've seen in this top 10 goalies here. So yeah, he should be a lock for the Vezina. In terms of defenseman points, Karlsson is at the top. But Burnsy's nowhere to be found. He's down here with like 44 or something. Kind of disappointing and kind of surprising to see him not in this first screen here with the other defensemen. And then forwards, Ovechkin had almost another 50-goal season. Tarasenko did have a 50-goal season. Kaner right there as well. Ovi still killed it though, 92 points. Kuznetsov right behind him with 91 points. Scheifele on those Winnipeg Jets killed it. Sagan, Radulov, yeah, those Stars had a good year, and that's actually a bad sign because we are playing them in the first round of the playoffs. And finally, let's look at the playoff tree. After 1 year, we've got the Wild and the Preds, Jets and the Avs, Ducks and the Oilers, and Sharks and Stars. Good matchups in the West. Penguins, Columbus in the East, and that first matchup, that's always a good one. Caps and Canes, that's a new one. I'm excited to see how that plays out. Tampa versus Boston, that's a very competitive first-round matchup, and the Leafs luck out. We'll see if they luck out, but for now, on paper, it seems like they lucked out against the Panthers. So, like we usually do, let's go through the first 3 games of the playoffs here against Dallas. Lose Game 1, win Game 2, and lose Game 3 in OT. All right, so this is not good. They stole a game from us on the road. Let's see if we can steal one back here in game number 4. No, and we're up against the ropes here. Come on, I don't want to go out in the first round. This episode isn't done by any means, but come on, man. Oh no, I simulated too soon. Okay, thank God. We'll jump into a detailed sim in this elimination game. Let's see what we can do here. We need a big game out of our top players. I want Burnsy. I want Carlson to step up. Okay, scoreless after 1. Bang! Evander Kane on the power play. Steven Johns answers back on the power play late in the second period to tie it up. But then Tyler Seguin from the top of the circle makes it 2-1. That's a heartbreaker. Oh my God, we're getting outplayed. Are we going to go out like this in the first round after winning the division? Late goal. Yes, Brent Burns. Let's go. Brent Burns from the point ties it up at 2, and we're going to OT now. This is it. It's going to end early, or it's going to go into like double, triple OT. I'm feeling it. Power play. Yeah. Erik Karlsson. There we go. Win OT. I mean, the series isn't over. I don't know why I'm selling that hard, but Erik Karlsson pulls out the OT victory. Burnsy and Karlsson come in clutch, and we push it to a Game 7. All right, let's go. Game number 7 against the Dallas Stars. Let's jump in here and see how it unfolds. Oh, like first shot of the game. I couldn't even see it. Timo Meier from a terrible angle. 1-0 after the first period. Let's keep it rolling here. Jonas Donskoy making it 2. So it's not comfortable, but it is a lead going into this third period here. In game number 7, we're on home ice. We're in the Shark Tank. Martinook, the new acquisition from dead in the slot, and Evander Kane to boot 4-1. Let's go. With the 3-goal lead, with a minute left, we've sealed the deal, and we move on to the second round. Now let's see who we will be playing in the second round. It looks like it is the Anaheim Ducks. So let's go through the first 3 games here and see how we match up here. Lose the first game, win the second game, lose the third game big. Oh my God. Go through the 4th game here. We might have to make some changes if we take the L. Oh my God. You know what? We didn't make any changes against Dallas, and we simulated exactly like this. Okay. Well, you know what? Second round elimination, that's not terrible. And now what we have to look forward to is the draft. So let's go through and let's go right up until the draft and see who wins the cup and who wins the awards in this first year. Looks like it's over. I'm saying Winnipeg Jets. And I was right. There you go. The Winnipeg Jets have a great regular season, and they follow that up with a great playoffs, and they lift their first Stanley Cup in franchise history. They beat Colorado in 6, Nashville in 6, Anaheim in 7, and then they beat the Caps in 5. So pretty easy. I mean, everybody in the East seemed to have a pretty easy time. The Leafs made it all the way to conference final, only to lose once again in 6 games to the Washington Capitals. So Caps were looking for a repeat. Didn't happen. Jets win their first franchise Stanley Cup. In terms of the awards, Ovi once again wins the Art Ross. Hart goes to Scheifele, who potentially carried the Jets to a great regular season. Norris goes to John Carlson. Bing goes to Kuznetsov, who was second in points and had a great year. Andrei Svechnikov won the Calder, okay, with the Hurricanes. Conn Smythe to Hellebuyck. No surprise there. Vezina to Hellebuyck as well. And the Jennings to Hellebuyck, holy crap, he cleaned up. Masterton to Chara, okay. Selke goes to Ryan O'Reilly, okay. So it's nice to see somebody other than Kopitar and Bergeron win it. Ted Lindsay to Scheifele. And Richard to Tarasenko, who had that 50-goal season. The Vancouver Canucks have won the draft lottery in 2019. If this is the lottery, how it goes in real life, Vancouver can now get Quinn Hughes and Jack Hughes, the brothers, and they can tear it up with Brock Besser and Bo Horvat and all their other prospects. Wow, wow, wow. This is something new. Let's see who has retired. So we've got Marian Hossa. Okay, I mean, we knew that. Matt Cullen has retired. Zdeno Chara finally retires, age 42. Erat, Derek Roy, Chimera, Cronwall, Franzen. How is Ryan Malone still in this game? So we didn't actually lose anybody to retirement, which is good. But we do have some pending free agents that we still need to sign. So let's head in to the draft, and let's see who we can pick up here. Let's sim to our first pick here, which, yep, is in the second round. So let's make it. We got elite medium accuracy. Okay, Jesper Magnuson. I don't think we'll be able to play any of these guys, but I wouldn't mind finding a hidden gem somewhere in here. I think we're going to have to go with the center. We do need a center, and if he turns out to be anything special, this could be good. So we're going to take Topi Petrolainen, age 18. Let's make that pick. Second round, 9 picks later. I don't need any more goaltenders. So let's see. We got elite players here yet again. An offensive defenseman, Ulf Hornquist, could be a good shout. You know what? I think we'll take a shot with Afinogenov here. Kirill Afinogenov, the guy with the Estonian flag, who I guess he must play in the Latvian league or so, or I don't know. Doesn't seem like any trades are rolling through here. We got our third round pick, 9th overall. Ulf Hornquist is still here, and he is potentially an elite offensive defenseman here. So let's take a gamble on him. You know what? I don't think we really need to worry anymore about who we're going to take. What we do want to do, though, is draft elite prospects that we could flip for actual roster players. You know what? We'll take them. Let's go. And I think that's it. We're just going to sim through the rest of the draft here. Our picks, a lot of Europeans, it looks like. So an interesting draft. All right, so we got 13 skaters that are about to become RFAs, including Timo Meier, who played on the first and second line this year. Yikes. All right, so we got to do that. I won't spend too much time here. I'll just show you guys who we lost and who we re-signed, and then we'll pick it up from there. I forgot we were still accepting trades. God damn it! All right, so our team going into this season, I mean, it's a little bit worse because we lost Pavelski, obviously. He's the big missing piece. We moved Donskoy up instead. He should be able to score some goals with Couture and Evander Kane. You got Timo Meier there with Thornton and LeBanc. Toby Reeder with Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. Those two new free agent signings with Andreas Janssen. And then Sorensen, Gamble, and Martinic on the fourth. On D, we got Carlson and Dillon. That tandem's still going strong since we lost Vlasic. Burns with Bolya now. And Wood with Ryan. So not a bad decor overall. And our goalies still Jones and Grubauer. The trade block heading into season number 2 is looking a little like this. Grubauer, of course, we still need to get rid of him. Chemlevsky, a prospect, and Gregor, a prospect. So hopefully we can flip those for some usable assets. Surplus, same, wants, forwards and defensemen only. We don't need goaltenders anymore. And I threw UFA in there as well because it's the last year of this episode, so we can take on as many UFAs as we want. We finished at the top of our division last year. We got eliminated in the second round. I'm looking for improvements, either or, but ideally improvements in the playoff area specifically. And our pretty boring first couple months until bang, the New York Rangers out of nowhere. And this, okay, you know what? This is exactly what I wanted to happen. These are two guys, Vorbev and Hornquist, which you picked up in the draft, who we signed to entry-level contracts. We're getting Chris Kreider and Mark Letestu, two roster players. That is exactly what I wanted to see. I'll happily take that. Oh, that trade was so clutch. Now our first line is looking somewhat competent again. Kreider, Couture, Kane. That's a great combo of speed and strength and skill and shooting. Love it. Donskoy is now down with Thornton and Meyer on the second line. LeBanc, this Appleton guy who was sitting in our AHL, he's 80 overall, so we definitely brought him up with Janssen, Reeder, Belmar, and Sorensen. So that's looking more like a competent NHL roster. And another trade. Oh, baby! Yes! Getting Duncan friggin' Keith from the Chicago Blackhawks and Daniel Winnick, who probably won't make our team. Those prospects are going out the door. Chemlevsky, Chechovic, and a second-round pick. This is exactly what I wanted. Elite roster players coming in. Good prospects and picks that we won't use going out the door. Welcome to the team, Duncan Keith. 3 Norris Trophy defensemen on this team. That is nuts. All right, let's tear this league up. Through the first 2 months of year 2, we are doing worse than we did last year. But we had a rough start, and that's because our team did not consist of Chris Kreider or Duncan Keith, and now it does, and I think we're going to trend upwards. We're holding on for dear life to that last playoff spot, but it is close. I mean, we're within 3 points of second place, so we could still make the jump. Timo Meier is leading our team in points, though, which boggles the mind. All right, another trade. Vancouver is sending us Sam Gagner, a center, for Nathan Beaulieu, who's playing in our top 4 with Brent Burns, so don't know how I feel about this one, but we gotta take it. And let's see who won the Duncan Keith trade. We did. Let's see who won the Sam Gagner trade. We did. Oh my god. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. It's not on my trade block. I don't want goalies. I'm trying to give up goalies. Yet they're still giving me goalies. Al Montoya. Changed for Pierre to Belmar. Okay, so, I mean, I guess it's a good thing we got Sam Gagner. He can replace Belmar and like, this is such an awful trade. Awful trade. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Put Gagner up. Now we know he's an 81, so that is actually an upgrade over Belmar. And Middleton in here to replace that defenseman who I already forget his name that we just lost. Damn, Hurricanes like trading with us. We're getting Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Hurts to lose Donskoy. He was our second line scorer there. Damn. Another biggie trade. Okay, it's night and day between last and this episode. It's like one trade last episode, which was massive. It was bigger than any of these trades. But the volume in this episode is crazy. So we're losing LeBanc and Martinuk, which is fine. We get Thomas Vanek and Jonathan Eriksson. Oh, God, 2 older guys. All right, so with just about 1 month left to go to the trade deadline here, we've moved up 1 spot, now in 4th. The gap is widening at the top of the division here, so I don't think we'll climb back up there, but we should be able to make a playoffs. It'll be tough, though. Vander Kane, 35 points in 50 games. He's leading our team, so that's good but also bad. Pretty sure we miss Joe Pavelski, and I don't know where the hell Logan Couture is. I feel like he should be leading our team in points. Let's head through the trade deadline here and see the last of the trades that roll in this episode. Who won the Chris Kreider trade? That is the question. We did. And I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with this game. I can't deal with it anymore. EA, what do you not understand about not having goalies on the trade block and me offering a goalie on the trade block? Like, does that not make sense to you? That I don't want a goalie? We're giving up Sorensen for Michael Neuwirth. Yay, woohoo, yippee. I swear to God, if they sent another goalie, I would have raged. Instead, we're getting Artem Anisimov and Benoit Pouliot for Kyle Wood, who's a defender, and a couple picks. So this is a much more palatable trade. Jeez, Chicago's just unloading all their players. We got Brandon Manning now. Let's take it. It looks like we're about to go through the trade deadline. Yes, we are. That is all the trades in this episode, guys, and there were so damn many. Looking at where we fall in the standings, we're still holding on to that 4th spot, but it's a close race now. We're tied with Calgary, and the other division is right up there as well, so this is going to be a tight race. We may not even make the playoffs at this point. Vander Kane's still leading our team in points as well. I mean, at this point last season, we were comfortable that we were making the playoffs. Now it's pretty unclear. Oh my God, back-to-back losses against division rivals. Dude, I don't think we're making the playoffs at this rate. 89 points. I don't think that's good enough. Season hasn't ended yet. Oh my God, dude. Missed the playoffs. Missed the playoffs by 2 points. Yeah, 2 points away from a playoff berth. That's so bad, dude. In the East, Columbus with Jordan Eberle, who beat us to signing him, won the Eastern Conference. Boston Buffalo took a huge leap forward. Panthers, Leafs, Caps, Penguins, Flyers. So it looks like Caps and Penguins are starting to decline a little bit, whereas teams like the Panthers, Sabres, and Blue Jackets are on the up and up. And across the entire league, Islanders without Tavares and the Blackhawks, Senators, Coyotes, Wings, Canadians, they're all in full rebuild. Same with the Rangers. Canucks slowly creeping up there. Wild Tampa, that is a big shock. And now we got to see who let us down this season. So the first line, did their job, I guess. Kreider, that's not good enough. Nobody even got 30 goals on our team. So that's where we missed Pavelski for sure. Karlsson only 42. Burns only 40. Maybe they're cannibalizing their own ice time, and together they'll do worse than each individually separately. Thornton, our captain, is definitely declining. Probably should have let him walk and signed Pavelski instead, so some regrets. Our goalies, Jones again, took most of the games, did similar to last year, less shutouts. And this year we got John Gibson at the top with 50 wins. Save percentage of 9.27 and 2.23 goals against. So that might be a lock for the Vezina right there. In terms of the forwards, the three stars, holy crap, that first line. Sagan, Ben, Radulov, I've never seen that yet. Sagan has a 50-goal season. Tavares almost has 50 goals. Tarasenko, a little bit less than previous season, but Brock Besser is tearing it up for the Canucks. All right, more than Ovi, in fact. And defenseman Kevin Shattenkirk. Or Charlie McAvoy. Oh my God, some new names. That one shouldn't be there. McAvoy at 22. I mean, he is killing it. Klingberg, Barry, Ekman Larsson. So the same kind of players here. And our freaking guys who should have tore it up instead are way down here below the likes of Oscar Klefbom, Karlsson, and Burns. 82 points between them. That's awful. All right, matchups this time around. The Avs and Jets, Stars and Flames, Oilers and Kings, Ducks and Blues. We haven't seen any of these matchups in recent history in real life. In the East, Caps, Pens, first round. You hate to see it. Blue Jackets, Flyers, Buffalo Panthers, so a young up-and-coming team matchup there, and Bruins, Leafs, of course. So because we didn't make the playoffs, we don't need to sim through any games or any of that stuff. We don't have to waste any time. Let's just simulate this playoff tree and see who won the Stanley Cup in 3, 2, 1, bang! And oh my God, once again, the Winnipeg Jets have won the Stanley Cup back to back. And the last thing we need to do in this long-ass franchise video is to look at the trophies. So Sagan got the Art Ross. Hart goes to Sagan as well. James Norris goes to Tyson Barrie. Okay, even though there were like Shattenkirk and Charlie McAvoy up there in points, they give it to Barrie for his first. Kuznetsov back-to-back Bings. Calder goes to Elias Pettersson. All right, Canucks fans, there you go. Connor Hellebuyck back-to-back Conn Smythes. Pekka Rinne wins the Vezina, though. Okay, didn't expect that. Jennings goes to some Ukko. Oh, the Sabres prospect, who apparently is their starter now, won the Jennings. Bill Masterton goes to Brent Seabrook, who got traded to the Ducks. So the Chicago Blackhawks completely blew up their roster. The Selke goes to McDavid. Wow, defensive forward. Who would have thought? Lindsay goes to Sagan, and Richard goes to Sagan as well. All right, guys, that concludes what is probably, I can guess, will be my longest video after this edit. 2 seasons of accepting all trades. It was exciting, a lot of trades. It was tough, dealing with, players who didn't want to re-sign, and just dealing with all the trades, the trade blocks, all the goalies that came our way. It was ridiculous. But you know what? We had a lot of fun. That first year was promising. The start of the second year was, but we just couldn't hang on to it near the end. And Burns and Karlsson, to be honest, they disappointed. Maybe he should go back to Ottawa. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And until next video, guys, I'll see you then.